A focus on teen driver safety. Welcome back to Techstination. Joining us from Project Yellow Light is founder Julie Garner. Hi, Julie.
Hi, thanks for having me.
A pleasure. Julie, what is Project Yellow Light? It stems, I understand, from a horrible loss.
Yes, my son was killed at the age of 16 due to a car crash. And when that happens, you pretty much die yourself. And there were a couple of things that we knew we had to do for our own survival. One is we didn't want anybody to ever forget Hunter. And the second thing is we wanted to keep all other young people, particularly his friends at that time, safe from car crashes, which we found out was one of the leading causes of death of our youth and remains that. So we started a scholarship competition in his high school where we wanted the young people to talk to each other about the dangers of distracted driving and see if they couldn't make a difference where we as adults had sadly failed. So it went to a national competition when the Ad Council joined us 4 years later and partnered with us and took us all across the country. And we've grown now to where we have 3 separate contests for video, radio, and billboard, and 2 legs of it, one for high school juniors and seniors and one for college students. And we are just thrilled that it's continued to grow and garner attention to this problem.
Let's take a look at a couple of the video winners. Tell us about this and how the winners are selected, how this happens.
We had over 2,600 entries this year, so we're so proud of those numbers. And we reach every state in the nation and the District of Columbia, and we look at each and every applicant and check it out. And then we have our partners all kind of narrow down the finalists. And then we'd send it out to semi-celebrity judges who are in the advertising world, who are executives within our partners groups and others, and they select our winners, which is pretty cool just because the work for the students is judged by some pretty phenomenal people. And that's how we get our winners chosen. So it's a very exciting process.
And does the focus, I mean, this year, this was distracted driving was the theme. Does that change from year to year? It seems like the message could be constant, I think.
Yes. Well, we kind of started out with a anti-texting message. And because there are so many things you do with your handheld phone, it's distractions in general. It's the use of a cell phone while you're in the car is our primary focus, because that seems to be one of the culprits for our young drivers.
And I understand NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, has also gotten involved.
Oh, yes, absolutely. We are part of that umbrella, and we're so proud to be partnered with NHTSA and the Ad Council and all of our other partnerships as well.
Tell us how prevalent this problem is. It's so unfortunate that you've had that firsthand experience, but many of us, even if we haven't suffered a loss, have had kids ourselves go through horrible situations, horrible accidents.
Absolutely. It is a continuing problem. And sadly, I would wish I was out of a job in this situation, but it's continuing. And I think COVID seemed to have made the numbers go up, but it's one of the most prevalent situations on the road. Is 8% of all fatal crashes last year were due to distracted driving. And it affects our young drivers the most. So we are just adamant about continuing to get the word out to be careful on the road.
tell us what you're hearing from the kids who enter this, because you have winners, but I would assume that every school, every child who gets involved here is at least thinking about this problem.
You know, one of the things that I always try to emphasize is that every single person who takes part is a winner, because it's more than winning a scholarship or having your work shared nationwide. It's about having a voice and trying to make a difference. And so each person has to think about this when they apply, has to research it a little bit and find out the facts. And they are affecting change, positive change with their friends and their family, and making, you know, awareness of the situation. And they possibly could save a life. And that's the biggest prize you can ever win. And so I'm just really proud of everybody who takes part, you know, winners, applicants, all of them. So it's a really good message. And the youth are just amazing. You know, they are using their voice to make a difference for the greater good.
How many entries did you have in all this year?
Well, over 2,600 this year, which is pretty impressive. And so I'm just thrilled with that number.
Terrific. Where can people go for more information and to learn more about the work that you're doing?
Everything you need to know about this project is on our website. It's called projectyellowlight.com. And it's an annual scholarship competition. It opens each year in October. And we select our winners around this time. And we're about to announce our winners in Times Square this Friday. So it's a very exciting thing. The students will have their work displayed on the big boards in Times Square. And then beyond that, it will be shared nationwide through TV stations and radio stations and outdoor billboards.
Well, congratulations on what you are doing. Thank you for it. We are sorry for your loss, but you've turned it into something that's bright.
Well, thank you, Fred, and I appreciate you helping us spread the word.